Welcome to the
Green Room.
Paints, Games, Come Chats. into the
Green Room.
This is where the party's at.
Green Room.
Got guests here to stay. Welcome to the
Green Room.
best part of your day at the Green Room. Hello. Welcome back to the Green Room. My name is Justin. I am your host, and I am here with some strangers that I've never met before. To
What was your
my
name?
bottom left, down there, yeah, down there. I have. Hang on, give me 1 second. Kelsey.
Yeah,
Is that
you
right?
nailed it.
What a bullshitter.
Kelsey?
Kale.
Okay. And then
Kelsey.
down to this side, over here in this corner,
So
and in this
your
corner,
left.
I have
Right?
Stoivon.
No, huh.
Stoivon.
That's actually
French.
pronounced Stevine. But nice
Stevine.
try. Thank
I thought
you.
it was Stevan.
Stevin.
Stevan.
You have to like get glottal, just swallow it.
Yeah.
Stevin.
It's just the
The
sneeze.
end is there. We can't ignore the end.
Excuse
Maybe.
I love it.
me. If you haven't figured it out yet, we got new emotes. Emotes.
Subs.
I can't even see it. I'm not. Usually I'm on Twitch on my phone too,
Here,
Well,
get it and I'll show
and
you.
I'm
One
not
day.
doing it.
Oh, shit.
One day,
Okay.
don't
My
spill
Alright.
that on your keyboard.
My
there.
grape drink.
Kelsey.
Can I
Nice
tell the story
guy.
about my
Bad
grape
gamers in
drink?
the house.
That's my boy.
My boy, nice guy, but a bad gamer. Yeah,
It's me.
we hit 100
You have my little
followers
emotes.
this last weekend during Pitfalls
That's
and
so
Ponies.
cool. Isn't
We're
that
heading up
exciting?
to 150 is the next goal
Woo,
because we
buddy.
take them by 50
Yeah, baby.
increments of 50. Where's the word
Amen-
increments
amen,
come
Exactly.
from?
Like
Increments.
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 I wonder which
Incremental.
came
Now,
first.
do you-
Posture
increments
check.
or-
Do you actually
everyone.
want me to look that up?
What?
Oh,
Costume
God.
check.
I can't have too good a posture.
Posture
Posture
check.
costume
Ooh, yeah,
check.
don't. Yeah, we don't want to do that.
Costume check.
Costume
Free
check.
theater.
And a posture check. Oh, they're activating everything
All
at once.
All right. Okay.
All these. We got a posture check. We got to hydrate.
God.
Everybody hydrate.
Oh, I don't have.
Stretch.
Nope.
Everybody
I
stretch.
will
Breath.
irrigate in my mouth. Yes.
Okay,
Take a deep
take a
breath.
deep breath is 300 points, so I think we should like take that one seriously, you guys.
Oh, okay. I was
Okay.
doing a really
How
big
deep
one.
this breath is?
I almost passed out.
I needed that. Oh, are you hotboxing
Apparently,
over
I
there?
was-
Hydrate.
Still vicious.
Yeah, we got our pre-show checks gone.
I'm living for this.
Nice job, everybody. Nice job.
Good show.
Thank you.
Good game.
Yeah,
let's
we're
see.
rocking this. This is going well.
All right, so let's get it done. What do we do in the show again?
So
You guys. So here's the problem. Here's the
Oh, yeah.
problem. These are
You
two.
said us
of-
talking points, and I
these-
decided to not look at them because I was like, it's gonna be more genuine if I don't play.
These are two of my closest friends. Who are these beautiful people? Thanks for asking, Ecat Carter. These are two of my
Aw.
closest friends, and that's a problem because they get me off track very easily. So it's going to
fun.
be an interesting
But
stream
we're
tonight.
cute.
But we're cute.
this brings us such joy. Sorry, everyone listening at home.
There are no problems, only opportunities. That's what I say to my clients all the time when I make mistakes.
No problems, only opportunities. Right. Or like I learned in tech theater, it's not a flaw, it's a feature. You know, like
Oh yes.
Yeah.
why is this ladder still on the
Yes.
set from painting the
It's a
set?
choice.
It's a
Well,
feature.
let's put something on the ladder. Let's put a costume piece on the ladder, and now it's a feature. It's
Here
no
we
longer a
go.
flaw.
That's what
Yeah.
I do whenever I have a long pause between lines that I've forgotten, and I just say, "No, it was a choice. I was taking
It was a choice.
It was a collected pause there. There was a moment."
In case you couldn't
Yes.
see it, my note
Yes.
to myself says, "Adversity is an opportunity."
Nobody can read that. You can't read that.
I can
That's
read it.
pink as hell, dog.
You're pink as hell.
It's
dog?
very
Well,
pink.
yeah, that too. I'm very
It-
pink.
Okay.
Pink as a
Thank you for
hell
noticing.
dog.
So, if you don't recognize my guests, Kelsea Botwinik-Hruza
Pew, pew, pew.
plays Sylph Wonderkin in Pitfalls and Ponies. And Steve in Eubank plays Stankleaf the Inquisitive on Pitfalls and Ponies.
Why, yes, I do.
This is the first time I've had 2 Pitfalls and Ponies, 2 P and P'ers in one show. Usually we have a BOMBer on here as well, a Blood of My Blooder.
But you know what?
Absolutely.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, tonight it's going to be all concentrated saccharin. It's just going to be sweet as shit. The other thing that I love about being here on this night instead of a Sunday morning is I get to say shit like sweet as shit. Yeah. Because Stenka the Inquisitive does not curse. Like,
Would never.
Well,
hold on.
Tell
Can I
Darkling DM,
digress
hey,
for a
guess
moment,
what?
though?
If he was here, he would have heard
what?
it himself.
I
did the raid
told
district.
her.
It's true.
You did the raid.
I do appreciate that one of our Pitfalls and Ponies players did send us a list of like mother-approved cuss things.
Yes.
And I'm like, I'm never going to say
gnarly.
that.
They're gnarly.
Fart knocker? I don't want to say
I
fart.
say fart knocker already. Like that's a
you?
term I use lovingly.
Hey, it's Meebe with Census.
The one that I loved was Rassafrassa.
Oh, you said fuck yes, and it was a no-go.
Ooh, okay.
Oh.
I won't
yeah.
say fuck yes anymore, or I'll say
Yeah.
it for you.
Well, you
Hey, if
can't
you
say
ever
it in
want
the
it-
chat. That's true.
Okay. If you hey it's Meebe. If you need it to be said, just let me know and I'll say it.
Yeah. Like,
Yes.
anytime you want us to say it, we'll just say it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But you can't say it in the chat.
Look how accommodating.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, this bot.
Say it for me.
Nightbot, who is here to protect us, will come after you in the night.
WTF should be an option. Yeah. So you can say
Ah.
WTF.
Absolutely.
And then just say
Yeah.
minus WT, and we'll know what you're saying. Smart. That's
Great.
why I'm
Workaround.
in charge. So we're gonna
Big
talk
pants
a little
Barron
bit.
over here.
That's right. Big pants boy.
Big
Yay.
We're gonna we're gonna stop talking about my pants and start talking about.
Something we never
You
discussed
guys-
on the show is below here.
It's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't even know that
What
I'm wearing pants.
I was going to say, what are
for
you
being
wearing
honest.
below the screen?
Sorry, you were doing the thing, Justin.
You were. You
No,
were so
it's okay.
ready.
You distract me. The chat's distracting me. Everyone's trying to distract the guy.
I like
And
that 100 thing.
what?
Aw, the show love thing. That's really cute.
Oh yeah, it's like 100 little bits, and then it shows some love. Thank you for showing us love, Meebe. Ooh, that's a like a rainbow
It's a
flag.
gay love.
Ooh.
I love it, gay love.
Yeah.
Speaking of gay love, I love
Yes,
you both.
Justin?
And I would like to talk about how you two got started in the tabletop role-playing world. Kelsey, I
Who's
feel like we
going
might have
first?
talked about this a little bit prior in one of the last times you were on, but I can't remember. So anyway, really, the big question is, Ghostlight RPGs is all about telling stories and whatnot. You both are incredible storytellers in many different ways, with your backgrounds and with your skill sets
And with our foregrounds.
well, and yeah, we'll get to that. So, but I want to know. I want to know, like, I mean, I guess I kind of know partially
Yeah.
both of these
No, you
answers
know.
because you're close friends of mine. But I am curious, like, tell the audience, tell our viewers, how did you get started in role playing games? What was your journey?
Sweet. I'm gonna just jump right in. Is
Please
that
do.
cool? Okay. So I went to college very, very, very early, like ahead of the game, which is silly because that didn't like afford me anything by the time I got to my 30s. But whatever. And I was friends with a whole bunch of people who lived in the scholars dormitory. And what I learned about people who lived in scholars house is well, two things. One, they had access to Dance Dance Revolution before anyone else in the United States knew what the hell
Whoa.
Dance Dance Revolution was. Yeah, so that was cool. And then the other thing is they were avid role players. And at that point, I was like, super nerd alert. I don't understand this. And this was the group of people that I played Risk with and all sorts of stuff. And like,
Yes, good.
and the thing is, if we got together and we played a game, we never slept. So when they were like, Sven, my college nickname was Sven. Sven, do you want to create an avatar character for Vampire Masquerade
I didn't know you played vampire.
I didn't.
Oh.
So, gotcha. So I was. What was fun is I was writing a musical with a friend based on Vampire the Masquerade, but I didn't know what it was at all. So, flash forward to summer of 2018. Flashdance.
Forward. Flashdance forward.
Splash.
I am doing Sister Act with Justin Barron at New Theater Restaurant. And here's the deal about the male characters in Sister Act is we have like 25 minutes off stage 4 times throughout the show.
Is that when you're the
we're
bad
not
guys?
Sisters.
Exactly, because we are not the sisters.
You're neither sisters
Yay!
nor acts.
Cat butt. I don't
Cat
like
booty.
Cat.
Cat booty.
Meow.
I'm sorry. So lewd.
So, Justin, one day, I think probably mid-run, was like, so just, kind of like out of interest and fun, I want to build character sheets for you guys based on like who you actually are as D&D characters.
Yeah.
And I was into it. Was great. I was so into the character that Justin helped me build. It was kind of like, okay, and then I think within that week, right, Justin was like, I think I'm gonna start doing a campaign with you guys. I mean, we'll only get to play it in like 25-minute installations.
Yeah. That's when you know you have a problem, is when you're like you're doing like a fun show and like you like your character, you like your engagement on stage, but like when you step off stage, like the first thought you have is like, okay, I'm gonna start them here, okay, and then if we have enough time for this, we might be able to make it to the woods. I don't think we'll make it to the Dwarven settlement tonight, but okay, come on guys, come on.
Totally. And that's exactly how it went down. So that was a long contract. That was like a 2.5 month kind of contract right there. Wow. So
were you playing any modules, or was it homebrew, Justin?
This was just homebrew. I didn't think we would like play much. So it was just like a little village, and there was like a thing, and then we started playing more, and I ended up drawing like on a 8x11 piece of paper, just a little map with crayons and stuff awesome. That I had on me, and we ended up having like a pretty full campaign. I mean, there were times we were doing 2 shows a day, and we were doing 2 sessions a day.
Well, and so then as the show wound down, as Sister Act was ending, we actually started meeting right after, like we would leave the stage door, we would go get snacks, and we would meet up over at a cast member's house, and then we would like D&D for another 4 or 5 hours. Yep. Because by that point, Justin was like, well, now I actually have a grand finale figured out for you. And so I learned the addicting quality of it, and so if I could go back in time, I absolutely would have started role-playing in college. But also, if I could have gone back in time, I totally would have like failed out of college because I would have never been sleeping because I would have been role-playing. Yeah. So, and that's the valuable lesson that I believe that Justin Barron has taught me. So there you go.
Well, good. I'm in the same boat as you. I wish I would have started earlier, and it's like, when I think back, I don't really know anybody who played back then. Like, I don't even think I was really exposed to it, and I may be wrong about that. I'm sure I am wrong.
You needed more Scholars Dormitory nerd friends.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Exactly.
You probably just needed some friends.
Oh, bird.
There it is. There's that classic Kelsey dickiness.
So anyway, so that's me, Kelsey.
Yes.
What happened to you?
What happened to moi? So I actually was thinking about this after the last time we ever talked about it. When my mom and dad got married, he was a big nerd, always was. And I remember her talking to him about this, and I think I was like 10 or 11. And I asked about what D&D was, because he had like tubs and tubs of shit downstairs in the basement about D&D. And she was like, it's really bad. It's really dangerous. And my mom is like, hairy legs, eats tree bark. Like, she's not a closed-minded person, right? But like, she was pretty sure that she felt about D&D like most moms feel about video games, right?
Right.
You know,
yeah.
like
you're gonna waste your life on it.
It's people kill each other for real sometimes because they get too caught up into it. Yes, Emma, my mom is a dear. So my dad was like, while things like that could happen, they didn't. In my group, what?
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't a typo, right? She wasn't being like, your mom is a dear person. Like,
No.
literally, your mom's a deer.
She has hairy legs and eats tree bark.
Your mom's a
Okay,
deer?
thank you. Oh,
So
Emma,
good.
I love you.
So good.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
Devil worship. Gotta
Yeah.
love
I
it.
didn't mean to. There you go. The satanic
then-
panic.
So then my dad got my mom really into it as well, and we played together growing up, like as a family. But we actually played a weekly game of Settlers of Catan. That
Dope.
is like my whole lifestyle up until this
Yeah.
point. So it's like I converted from one kind of Christianity to another one.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Just change denominations.
Changed it up. But yeah, Justin's who I got into it with as an adult.
Well, I remember when we first started playing together, everyone else, I bought a bunch of sets of dice and I like let everybody I loaned them out to everybody, and then I went to hand you one and you're like, no, my dad bought me some. He is a player. And you placed them out in front of me, and I immediately was like, oh, fuck, what? Oh, no. She's gonna know all the rules, know that I'm doing it wrong.
I had never played 5e before, and I honestly hadn't ever played like this. It was very different from what I did growing up.
Yeah.
We really would just do a dungeon campaign, and there were like hundreds of different ones, and you just draw one out of a
Hundreds
thing.
of dungeons.
Well, and here's the thing. Growing up, I think I had a misconception about Dungeons and Dragons was Magic the Gathering, except with figurines.
Oh, my dad was also a big Magic guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Which nothing wrong with that, But those are totally different worlds, and
Owned by the same company, but yeah.
which is fantastic. I love that.
Take
Was
my
that
money.
always true? Was that always a thing?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
I think
okay.
Wizards
I
made
didn't-
both of them from the get-go.
Got it.
Might be wrong about that,
And I just remember all of the smear campaigning stuff about tabletop role-playing games from the 80s, and how it's it's devil worship, and and all of these kids are casting spells on each other, and and then flash forward and you watch a movie like Role Models, and there's LARPing going on, and it's this is the farthest thing from devil worship, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, maybe not the farthest thing. I think
it helps to know some things about devil worship if you're gonna do a really good campaign.
Yeah. Speaking of devil worship,
I will say that I am possessed with the devil now. So
no, that's great.
Right.
I mean, where's the lie?
Not helping our case. That's unrelated, everyone. Unrelated.
Yeah.
That's just her lifestyle.
Definitely
okay?
not about you.
That's just what she does.
Oh my god.
The only devil I worship is a sexy tiefling. Thanks, Cat Carter. Coming in hot.
She said sexy in the chat, guys.
Did she Did she get
Sexy's
trolled?
Not allowed
No.
in the chat.
It appears to be. I'm gonna block it. Just
Block
kidding.
sexy from the chat. So, I love that. Now I know that you both. I may be wrong about this, but I don't think either of you have ever DM'd, game mastered, dungeon mastered before. I'm
See, I'm
curious.
confused about that because Kelsey, I thought you did.
I have. Just
Okay.
a little bit.
Explain. Tell me more.
Just little baby one shots. And I actually created a really fucking cool world once. I would love to dust it off.
Dust it.
I'll tell you the premise. It's that Kansas City is a real place, and we're all real people in it. And
Wait.
then there's a meteor hits and changes everything, and we all sort of transform. So it's still Kansas City, and we use
Yeah.
Kansas City maps.
I love that.
And real people exist in Kansas City that we have interactions with. In that campaign, the first real big thing that we had to do is there was a medical clinic over at Rockhurst, because we were all at my house.
Yeah.
So we all walked over to the medical clinic at Rockhurst College and had to get these syringes full of medicine that we heard about that the lady next door told us to get. So we
Love
went
it.
over there to get them, and we were attacked by the groundling the lizard people that were trying to take over our world. Pretty
Yeah.
nuts.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
It's completely
So wait-
false though, because lizards could not survive in Kansas City. But
hell
take
no.
it. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Wait, no, I mean we've got like some like hills and
lizard
slopes
people.
of limestone. They might be living under there.
They
They
were
could
visiting.
actually be living underneath the
Justin.
Weston Crown Center, and we wouldn't know.
Justin, ew.
Justin, don't do this to me.
There are like 5 people.
There are people watching right now. No, I love that
Thank
idea.
you, Emma. It's very
because-
fun.
It's super good.
Because,
So wait. When we're talking about like
I'm
there would be real people like
Yeah.
like
Yeah, and not
like
everybody
the mayor,
changed.
our
Yeah.
current mayor.
Uh-huh.
Like
Was
okay,
it Sly?
cool.
Was
And
it-
not
was it
everybody
Sly?
changed, but some people did. It wasn't
That's
Sly.
not our
He's
current
not our
mayor,
current
Oh,
Justin.
you did this currently. Like this
Oh no,
was
that
in the
was
last
when
year.
Sly James was the mayor. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
I thought.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like Sly James a
Some
much
Quai, what's
more
up?
willing, much more
Is it
willing
some Quai?
player
Some
than
Quai?
Quentin Lucas,
Some-
but maybe
some
I'm wrong.
Quai?
I don't know.
I've been saying some Quee in my mind
Some
this whole
Quee.
time. And we're very
Is it
close.
some Quee or some Quai? You got to tell us. You got to help
Please
us
let
out
us know.
here.
Yeah, come on. What do you say, chat?
Phonetically,
Some Key?
help
Phonetically.
us out.
But yeah, and Steven actually designed a really cool campaign as well that
Oof,
it sounds like
okay.
you're not letting him play.
I'm not letting him play.
Sounds like
that is a mistruth. No,
That's
we
me. I'm Miss
Some Key. Some Key.
Some Key. Okay.
Some key. Yeah, so we, Justin and Emma and several other very good friends and I have all been playing a Scooby-Doo universe campaign based in the Monster of the Week module. And so Justin game mastered the first installment, and then Emma led 2.0, and a teammate reached out to me behind everyone else's back and was like, Steven, you should lead 3.0.
Because what they're doing is horrible. You can do
No.
so much better, Steve.
No,
My
it was.
teammate,
I
you
promise
mean the
you.
devil on your shoulder.
Yes,
This is why you
exactly.
don't play D&D, people.
Yes.
The devil
Yes, the
Devils.
Yes,
comes into you.
Osmodius came and told me that I need to DM the third installment. But I'm really scared. I'm nervous about it, and it's gone through several iterations. And Kelsey even was very willing for me to just pour out my whole
enjoyed
premise
it
and scenario,
immensely.
and she did. Yeah, she made me feel real good about it. But then I realized I had to figure out how to place clues and challenges and riddles and puzzles and
Piddles.
puzzles.
Yeah, you gotta be careful
All
where you put
over
those
the
puddles.
place. Yes,
It'll
and
mess up
I've
a
stepped
campaign if
in
you're-
many a
Can I
puddle
delete the
assembling this campaign.
Comment about the family-friendly stream just so that people don't get it
Misunderstand.
twisted.
That's fine.
Don't get it wrong
Yeah.
tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to be family friendly.
Oh, I can't delete moderator Nightbot messages.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Oh.
tonight's not
Yeah,
family friendly.
We'll
but
fix
please,
it later.
Please tune in on Sunday mornings for Pitfalls and Ponies.
It's not
and we will
family
be-
friendly stream, but also never mind. I had a
Boobs.
stupid joke. So okay, both of you have plans to DM if you haven't already DM'd.
Yes.
I guess my last question on this part of the interview is what
Do we prefer that?
What do you prefer? Yes, thank you. I couldn't think of the right words.
No, I definitely prefer playing.
you prefer playing. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
I am,
yeah.
So I run a very tight ship in my overall life, and I like to play games to not have to run a tight ship. If
Oh,
that
so
makes
you think
sense.
this is a game?
Is this a fucking game to you?
Well
Cool.
done.
Good to know. Yeah,
no.
writing that down for later. Okay.
No, I much rather make you have to do all of the work and me get to just enjoy it. And you
Yeah.
seem to be okay with that.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
me. I'm a glutton
just
in
that's
more
it.
ways than one.
You're
yeah.
just a glutton. Just am. Yep.
You know, and I have a similar background to Kelsey. I directed and produced shows through my own theater company for over a dozen years, and that notion of always having to have the plan, always knowing exactly what we're doing, but also knowing that at any moment everything could go wrong,
and then you have to solve all of the
improvising the plan. Yeah, like that wasn't fun to me. So I don't know why I would create, you know, basically a teleplay of my own that has to have breakout possible, not endings. It's not like a choose your own adventure, right? But just that notion of like, okay, there've got to be like these like slip and slide tunnels that can whisk us back to the information that is pertinent in the moment.
Right.
And
you know, I don't want to say I'm the opposite by any means. I just, you know, I think this in a way is my outlet to have my own you know, control over things like that and stories. And you know, I have a podcast where we just make up a story in an hour. Like
MC who?
The stress level that gives me every time we do it is like through the roof, and yet I still like keep doing it.
That's funny.
Because I'm like, the story, no, that's not how it, no, shut up, Kelsey, you're doing it wrong. The story has to go like this.
Story.
You know, and it's like, why do I do this to myself?
Because you get to like allow people to.
Thanks, E.G. Carter.
Yeah. You get to allow people to still do their own thing. You're just like structuring it for them, so it's not all on you.
Right.
Right.
Like something I found, because we play Dragon Heist with you, and it's like, it's obviously a written thing, but we are still doing our own things. Like, is it part of the module for us to go to the opera? Is it part of the module for my character to have sex with like everyone? Probably not.
Well,
is it part of the module for
there is a
3-page
segment on that in the book.
Sex
on sex with ATN?
On ATN. How do they know?
Specifically.
No, it's that's what I love most about it, right? Is that I can set up the dominoes, and then you guys can like walk past the first one and stroll down to like the sixth one and then lean on it, and I'll be like, ooh, they're gonna knock it over, and then you'll like knock it over, but then like it'll fall in a different way than I expected, and I don't know, this analogy's going nowhere, but
and I'm nervous, like knowing that about you and knowing that kind of like chillness that very much like improv and I've seen that time and time again with people who are your player, where it's kind of like, oh my god, is it this? And you'll be like, yes, as a matter of fact, it is Sissy Spacek, and she says this to you. And I'm the kind of person who's like, no, don't walk past those 6 dominoes, shoot, what do I have to do to get them back at the front of the dominoes? And I would be spending an hour trying to herd everyone back to a place
so they don't miss
that is
thing
inorganic. Exactly. So that it's like, but I worked really hard on that.
And like, don't get me wrong, like I definitely started out there, and I still have those moments all the time, where it's like you freak out because it's not going the way that you thought it would, and yet you gotta just train your mind to like let that go. And improv theater like changes the game for you, like when you start to understand how to please, Steven, go ahead.
No, you were gonna finish that thought, then call on me.
You know me, I don't finish thoughts. I ramble on until they dwindle away.
Okay, perfect.
Then I
will jump in.
For us to interrupt.
Something that terrified me as an actor, especially an actor trained in song and dance, first and foremost, and like then adding character after the fact. I was very comfortable at home doing like the jukebox review shows at our local theme park. You know what I mean? Because yes, there's a character, but the character really dissolves into we're all singing and dancing this thing that was very rehearsed and is very formulaic and very consistent. And being that kind of a performer, the idea of improvisational theater, first I thought improv had to be improv comedy. And it's like, oh no, like there's an expectation to be funny. That's the quickest way for me to not be funny, is if people are expecting me to be. But that one worked. No, I'm kidding. So what I think, I think I actually would not be terrified of trying like amateur improv now that I have done Dungeons and Dragons and these other modules. Because it's kind of like, no, you just start talking, and whatever is the most honest in the moment, you do. And if a funny thought occurs to you, then fine, try it. But if it's bad, then we'll glaze over it because it's not part of the big picture. That's the good news.
Yeah. It's just, it's a lot of editing yourself. You know what I mean? And that's it. Let's talk a little bit, just for 10 minutes or so, about because we have important shit to get to later.
Okay.
Oh, buddy.
Let's talk a little bit about your characters in Pitfalls and Ponies.
Cool.
I want to know a little more about what inspired Sylph Wunderkind. Is it Wunderkind or Wunderkind?
It's Wunderkind.
Oh, okay, Wunderkind. Sylph Wunderkind.
Like, I think probably several generations ago it was like Wunderkind.
Wunderkind.
Yes.
And Stonkelreef.
Oh, God. Oh, don't.
Stonkel,
No, don't.
come here, please. I must pat down your hooves.
Stonkel? Stonkel, your little cloak is getting wet.
It's very upsetting to
don't
me.
do that.
No, because now I just imagine my character is like a little Nazi Hitler youth.
No.
And that's like the opposite of what I would ever do.
Pigs. He could be one of the pigs from Shrek.
Oh, yeah. Like, yeah.
Another
Right.
stereotype.
Yeah,
They're all Spissy Deutsch.
There was
Yeah,
a room.
very
There was a room
Deutsch.
in the very, very bottom level in the back staircase, past the storage, in my mind,
Yeah.
where those pigs were living, and you just opened the door and they flew out into my brain. And now I'm
Wonderful.
a changed person. Thank you for that. I forgot about those pigs.
You're welcome. I fixed your accent problem.
Yeah,
I solved your
he
accent
poofed
puzzle.
and he poofed.
And now you would always be able to do it. At least a very bad caricature.
Okay, so but for real, Stankleaf.
Oh, okay, sure.
Or
Yeah.
Sylph. Either one.
No, that's fine. Fuck you.
And I love that we can say that.
Yeah.
What a shitty, bitchy thing to say, Kelsey.
Shitty bitchy.
I
world.
fucking love you for it.
Can you guys?
Sorry.
I
Out of my system.
apologize for my
Out of my
guests,
system.
everyone.
It's all right.
They've been trapped in
You're
a family-friendly
exhausted.
world.
We've been trapped in a friendship is magic world, and that's okay.
Friendship
So
is magic.
No, it's a great
it
world
is.
to live
It
in.
is it is a beautiful, beautiful world, and I love the times that we like. It's like a show-stopping moment, episode stopping, where it's kind of like, right, but first and foremost, you have to learn to love yourself, and it's just like this very like Mr. Rogers kind of backbone to playing Ponies and Pitfalls, and I'm all about it.
I love it.
So Stankleaf the Inquisitive was actually inspired. Emma, our game master, had this amazing set, or at least found it. I don't know if she had ordered it yet, but she found this set of My Little Pony characters that weren't in canon that were that were inspired by the Forgotten Realms campaigns, and so we have the Forgotten Realm. And one of the characters, the druid, is Woodheart the Kind. And I thought, okay, how fun could this be if I don't try to be one of these characters, because I didn't know what Emma was planning, but to get to be an offspring of a druid and to go back in my mind to like when I was a homeschool kid and like what I believed to be true about society based on what was true in just my tiny circle of friends. So that's kind of how Stankleaf was born, was what if I were a druid who was also cave schooled and never socialized as a pony. The other thing that's great then about Stankleaf is their primary component. Yes, they're a unicorn, so there's magic, but the primary component is honesty, because Stankleaf comes from the idea that this pony will always give off just like pungent, overwhelming aromas that reflect their emotional state. And then so that's component one. Component two. Third component was the voice. And
Which is great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I love getting to step into Stankleaf's skin. Stankleaf is fluid, so they, them, or a air. But I love this notion that Stankleaf has like a deviated septum and like post-nasal drip all the time. So as Stankleaf is giving off these aromas so that they cannot lie, they can't smell it at all themselves. They have no idea what they smell like at any given time. And so,
Do
yeah.
they
so
know that
that's,
they're doing it, or they don't even know they're doing it?
they're aware of it. Like Woodheart the Kind would have been very, very upfront, like because I think this also began when like Stankleaf entered like cult puberty.
Okay.
So yeah,
Like when they got their cutie mark.
like the cutie mark happened, and they also got their scent glands. You know, like
So Steven,
I mean, yeah, that's how it works.
I've watched every episode, and you've given us, I don't know, 20 plus smells so far.
Yes.
And I'm just curious.
yes.
Can you tell me how many do you actually
Oh my
know,
gosh, I
and how
haven't-
many are you just kind of making up as you go?
Okay, so no, none of them are made up. That's the
Okay.
brilliance of this. But I will tell you, nothing is memorized. I'm pulling it up right now. I have a Stenkel Leaf Stats 2.0 right now, and
Fantastic.
it is I'm in UI 14 font, like anyone cares, and it takes up about you're welcome. It takes up about a page and a quarter. So let's see
Wow.
how many emotions. Stenkel
With
Leaf.
my knowledge of UI 14 front, that means you must have.
Stenkel Leaf
Jesus.
currently has
Thousands.
yes, exactly. Stenkel
not
Leaf
hundreds.
currently has 44 identified
44.
aromas.
Nice.
Yeah,
And each
and
one
then
is
what's
tied to an emotion.
absolutely so like
Now I feel like
here.
it's a challenge for me to make you feel different and new emotions.
Yeah,
I've not thought of
that's
before.
Please, no, I would love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because like things that we know about Stenkel Leaf, like happy is ice cream parlor, upbeat, joyful is sugar cookies and birthday cake. So you smell that a lot. But then like fun things, eager is the thing that came up, and when Stenkel Leaf is eager or excited, you get like breezes off of the ocean. But you end up pairing these different aromas together. So like there was one time when okay, we'll just do this. Stenkel Leaf is feeling sleepy and also disappointed. So currently, you perceive the aroma of chamomile and honey with cold fries and ketchup, and that's the stuff I love. You know,
Wow.
like that's
Yeah.
when I'm like, I am so happy I've made this character because it's kind of
Yeah.
like, oh,
It's
So
very,
basically, it smells like my living room.
yeah.
yeah.
I need
it's
to
very
spend more time in your
inventive.
living room.
I do love
Thank
it.
you.
I do love it. I have more
and then
questions.
I don't. Oh yeah, go.
Well, but I need to also talk to Kelsey about Sylph. So,
Fine. I
but
guess I can't.
if
be
she's not as
all
This is
interesting,
pretty
I'll just
cool.
come back to you.
Yeah. So I actually left a D&D campaign a little bit ago, like a couple months ago, and we were just getting ready to start a new module, and I created a new character. And so I took that character, which I loved, and turned them into Sylph, and then
Oh.
changed Sylph a little bit. Like I've changed it a lot, but I've always wanted to play like a Draco Malfoy, Elon Musk character
Yeah.
a little bit.
Hell yes.
And I know that Sylph gets a little bit prissy sometimes, but I don't want it to like be prissy. I would prefer it to definitely be like, this is not my thing, but I'm gonna just throw bows. You know, like I just have to do something. So like here we are. But like, yeah, so definitely like hella smart, very calculating, very will always be able to make and come up with a plan, and is ridiculously attractive like to everyone, and knows it, and knows
Oh,
that
yeah.
that is their superpower.
Glamour. Yeah, I feel
Mhm.
like I like that you said Draco Malfoy, Elon Musk, but I feel like there's also a component of Lady Gaga going on in there.
I love it. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
So I'm wondering, like, when you were doing this, did you have to come up with any new traits, or were you just kind of looking in the mirror and like writing down what you saw, or?
In myself.
Yeah.
Yes. Pretty much just it's me, but presenting as male more frequently.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think that the biggest thing is I wanted to make a point of Sylph not being a gendered pony, but like performs masculinity because it's useful and because it has a certain amount of like
Interesting.
it gets you more pull. So it's like it's a choice. Like everything Sylph does is a choice. And same with that. Otherwise Sylph would just be identify as they them, but they figure it's I'm gonna take on put on this fake mustache and have people
Sure.
bow to me.
So, we know Stenkelleaf was raised by a very kind mother.
Good-hearted.
Do we know Sylph's parentage?
Yeah,
heritage?
Sylph's mom
Ah.
is a retired supermodel, and Sylph has had like a lot, like dozens of male influences that have been around. So not one dad,
Sure.
but like
Sure.
their mom has
Lots
suitors
of-
and gets married or whatever, you know.
Lots of stallions.
Yeah, lots of stallions as need be, and And yeah, I think still feels like that's a good thing. It's a superpower that they weren't stuck with learning from one stallion. They got to learn from lots of them. And then dispose of them quickly, you know.
You guys have to rush off tonight, or do we have time for some more questions before we play our game, or like?
I have
what's
time.
The deal?
What's up for you?
I mean,
You know that every time you ask me to do something, I always say yes. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
I love you.
Hang on, I just got a text.
Ooh.
Kelsey, what? No, I don't want.
You got me. That was good.
Yeah, you're welcome, Steven. That was for you.
Thank you, babe.
So I have a fun little question for you. If you were to create a character that, knowing what you know now, if you were going to create like another character in this world, if you could have like a second pony join this team, how different would you go? I mean, like, obviously these are the characters you have, and you know, you've done wonderful things with them, but would you want to do another character? Like, did you have an idea that was like a runner-up by any means?
I think I'd want to be a yak. Or like a different, like a non-horse
animal. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of different non-horses in the world.
That's a good choice.
But the yaks are cute, yeah.
There's real
the
yaks? I mean, that's a real My Little Pony thing?
Yeah.
I don't know My Little Pony.
Oh. You have a TV?
I do.
Yeah, I feel like
free time.
Endless. Oh boy, do you?
Yakistan.
Yakistan. That's good.
Fantastic.
And they like to eat yakitori. So I don't know. I mean, I'm really happy about Stinkle Leaf.
No, obviously.
But yeah. No, if here's the deal. I think it would be interesting to know what it would be like to be Earth Pony. I think that could be fun, because they've got like tons of stamina, and to create like a stallion character. Because the other thing is when Rebecca Smith did our illustrations, she gave like several different options for body type, and I was like, the shortest, pudgiest one, please. I want like
so cool.
on the brink of sprouting. Like, Stinkle Leaf has not taken form of what they're going to eventually be. So right there. And if they don't change, then that's fine. Like that's great. They're just happy in their little roly-poly body. Aww. So if I created any other kind of character,
it's probably like me in real life.
I've seen you all snatched as if. Anyway.
I have been snatched, but it's been a minute.
But yeah, the reason why I did not create like a stallion Earth Pony who is very, very confident is I've played that character recently in a different world, not as a pony, but as a man, as a teenage boy, and I just needed a break from that. So yeah.
We all need breaks from teenage boys sometimes.
Yeah, and from being the hot one.
Being the hot one.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
I get it. So there's griffins, there's yaks, there's hippogriffs, merponies, like mermaids, like mermaid ponies.
Wait, is that like that would be like the figure on like the Starbucks logo, but pony?
Mm-hmm.
Isn't
that
like
just
a mermaid?
Except a pony.
Isn't that just a mermaid?
Sure. They could still pony pound because we do it with our hands.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, they'd have their.
They can swim for real.
I do appreciate that. What was it that we went to?
The hippogriffs can turn into mare ponies.
That's crazy.
Never mind. I want to be that.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That's special.
I like that we met a. Oh no, I'm gonna lose Minotaur. We met a Minotaur named Ford Taurus. Yeah. So that's kind of fun to think about. Yeah, being some other kind of mythological creature in that respect.
I love those creatures.
Justin, if you were in the game, if you were invited to be in the game, which you're not, what would you like to be? What would your character be?
No one's ever asked me that. I don't know. I'm on the spot. This is so embarrassing. I would be.
You have a whole book that you've
Let
made
me show you. I have a drawing. No, I've definitely thought about it, and I'm trying to think of what my ideal was. before. I feel like I would just be the pony that you guys are currently going up against, Meeple Mane.
You would be Meeple Mane.
I would just be Meeple Mane.
You.
Awesome.
I just have like a dice as my tramp stamp, or my cutie mark.
Cutie mark.
Definitely. Yeah, just a D20 right smack on your ass.
Yeah, but yeah.
Little do-
That's if I was a pony.
I don't think the audience is aware, but you actually have that in real life. Spill the beans.
Just between us. No, I actually am thinking about getting my first tattoo, and I'm trying to decide what I want it to be. I've been trying to decide for like 5 years, and I think I'm just like at a point where like, just get something, man. Anyway.
That's what Ryan's at that point too, where he's like, he's ready to get the tat.
I'm so ready. I just
fine.
like, I want it to be special, and I'm like, nothing is special to me.
That's the same as losing your virginity. If you don't just do it,
it's true.
then it won't be done.
Sometimes you just gotta get it
done
done with.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Thanks,
I
nice
will.
guy.
Yeah,
He agrees.
highly recommend. Nice guy agrees. Highly recommend just getting it over with, Justin.
Nice guy. Take me to get a tattoo. Let's do it. Take me where you got your tattoo, because your tattoo is dope.
They are addictive.
So, Justin, what is like
I
the
love
top
addictive tattoos.
Addictive.
what is what's like the top 3 of tattoos that would be branded upon you forevermore?
I don't see, that's the thing. I can't even like. There's a bunch of ideas that I have. Like, I wanted something to be story based, but then it's like I don't really want words. I want it to have like symbology with it. For a long time,
You can start really small. My first tattoo was like.
So I'm
baby.
thinking something along the lines of like dodecahedron.
Nice.
That within each face of it, or like among the points, are different little symbols that represent different things in my life.
That's cool.
I'd probably get it here so that I can start building, because eventually, you guys, I'm gonna have a full, like a half sleeve.
Like sleeve, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to get started.
It's a long flight to where you got your tattoo. Yeah. I know. I gotta get started on this right away.
Keep going.
Okay. Let's talk about games. Let's game. Is what I meant to say.
Game. Let's play a game.
So, as you all know, we always do a game on this show. It has become a necessary part of the show for me and no one else. But
You're really married to it.
I am committed.
All of the viewers drop off, even Streamlabs.
They're like, oh my god,
no
yes.
one is watching.
Oh, it's the game.
The whole
Nightbot's gone.
The stream shuts down. So I usually, I always try to pick something I try to build something that's current events, or some kind of topic, trending news topic or something like that, and base it around that. So
me and Steven.
And that's
we have
the
our
thing.
finger on that pulse.
You guys, you're not supposed to know any of the answers. That's
Okay,
what makes
good.
it fun. But yeah, in the past I've done, Read Across America trivia, and what was the first thing I did? What was that? Oh, She-Ra trivia.
She-Ra trivia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was great.
Last week we did a really
won.
failed version of 6 Degrees of Separation. So tonight, everyone, we're combining two current topics. You see, on Sunday night, folks, was the Grammy Awards.
Yeah.
I didn't watch, but they happened. So that happened. So a little music sprinkled in here. And then tomorrow is the festive holiday, St. Patrick's Day.
Ah, yes.
Yes, it is. And
I'm not ready. I don't do anything.
it probably is racist of me, but I decided to create a game called Growlers and Grammys.
Oh, I love it.
So
is it about bears?
Love it.
it's nope.
Is Because I love a chuggly bear man.
It's not about bears. It's about a growler.
Is it about it's about people who like really were able to like grind out their R&B at the Grammys. So basically, the answer is always Christina Aguilera.
Damn it! Yeah. All right, game's over. Game's over.
Sorry. We solved it.
No, we know what a growler is. Growler is a giant pitcher for ales.
Yes, so, it's like a gallon full or whatever. Yeah.
I
okay.
like that
right.
bear.
So it's gonna be about beer and music. Okay, that's what this is about.
Beer and music. Great.
Fucked.
I win.
Here we go.
Everyone in the chat, as per usual,
I'm keeping track.
I encourage you to play along. We will all be keeping track of scores, and we'll all be making fun of you if you get it wrong. I'm just joking. We're not gonna make fun of you.
Hey, Steven.
Hey.
I always spell your name right. Okay.
Thank you.
What?
That means a lot to me.
Steven is spelled pretty normally. I don't really know what you're talking about.
I know a lot of PH ones.
Right. Exactly.
I know a lot of PH ones too. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Mine is the phonetically lazy.
Stretch.
Everybody
stretch.
Not the PH
But it's more
balance.
pointy.
Pre-game stretch.
It is. It's a pointy name. I've got such a pointy name.
Ooh, that was good. That was a good stretch. Thank you, Meebe. I needed that. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So this is multiple choice.
Thank
Growlers and Grammys, music and beer. Here we go.
Okay.
Question number 1.
Okay.
Just think about it, and then I'm gonna count down 3, 2, 1, and you say your answer. Okay.
Oh no. Okay.
But I'll give you time to think. Okay. Question 1. A growler of beer weighs approximately 8 pounds. How much does a Grammy award weigh? A, 4 pounds. B, 6 pounds. C, 8 pounds. Or D, 10 pounds.
See, and I'm horrible. I'm like, okay, I can picture a Tony. I can picture the Academy. I can picture like the daytime Emmys.
The Grammy's the one that looks like a gramophone, right?
Thank you.
Obvious one. Yeah.
Thank you. It's RCA Victor. I'm with you now.
Let's see. We've got a couple. We got a couple
D's.
chatters.
We got two
saying
10
some
pounds.
D's. We got a pony pound. I'm not sure which letter that's supposed to represent. Pony pound. Pony pound. Pony pound.
Pony, remember that one song? Peanut butter jelly.
Peanut butter jelly.
Peanut
butter jelly with a baseball bat.
Baseball bat. Yeah. All right, I've got my answer.
All right, so
where you at? Yeah, me too.
3, 2, 1.
B.
A.
All right, we have a B and an A, so a 4 and a 6. The correct answer, though, my friends, is 6 pounds. B.
Are you
Kelsey
effing?
is correct.
Oh my god,
That was a good guess.
You're so good.
I love myself. Well,
because here's the deal: like, if it's like the Victrola thing, then there's like a lot of hollow space going on with this whole.
very potentially.
Hollow.
Well, because if you think
Hollow
about
space.
it, there's some very slender people that have to hold that award up sometimes. And I never see like arms, you know, like when people are holding up a Grammy.
Yeah.
So I guess that's why I was like, 10 is no.
Well,
10 is the weights I do.
Imagine you're holding a growler of beer
arm show.
full of
Yes.
beer. It's just
Yes.
2 pounds lighter than that.
Lighter than that.
I mean, I don't know what's so hard
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
It's
So
math.
question
it's like
number
Columbus.
2. Kelsey's in the lead. There's 7 questions, by the way, so
Okay.
there's an odd number, and
Okay.
you'll probably that makes a difference, I guess. But all right, very weak winners. That's right. Question number 2. The first annual Grammy Awards took place in 1959. In what year was the beer can released?
Oh my gosh.
A, 1917. B, 1924. C, 1935. Or D, 1949.
Okay.
I was not going easy on you guys.
Okay.
I felt like the last trivia I did was way too easy. All right. Let everybody get their answers in. We got some answers. A, 1917. B, 1924. C, 1935. D, 1949.
B.
3, 2, 1.
C.
B.
C and B. And we have a D, a D,
A C, a
and
D.
a C. The correct answer, my friends, is C,
Oh my gosh.
1935.
So, okay, it was kind of a guess. I mean, I figured like around wartime.
Yeah.
But like I was trying to remember of like a time where it would have had to have been around before. It would have been like, give up all of your aluminum for the cause.
Yeah.
So,
That's what I was thinking too.
So that's what I was like, it can't be
Because it
D.
was World War II that we did all of the effort stuff,
Exactly.
not World War One.
Yeah, we
Right.
didn't put any
Yep.
effort into World War One. That's right.
No. And I also thought that B, we were still maybe in Prohibition during that time, but I don't know.
Oh, you are absolutely right. But that's what was weird about it to me. I forgot about beer bottles.
Bottles,
Those have been around
glass
for
is
a long
thing,
time.
Yeah. All right.
And that's what
Congratulations, ECAT.
sodas were in that too. So doing as bad as Cheese Face on Fire. Woo, fuck you.
But you gotta love Cheese Face on Fire.
We do love Cheese Face on Fire. Iconic.
So you're both tied with one.
All right.
Question number 3. Beer takes approximately 2 weeks to ferment or age before it's considered good. Who was so good at age 14 that they were named the youngest winner in Grammy history?
Oh, I love this. Okay.
Was it A, Taylor Swift, B, Lorde, C, Tanya Tucker, or D, Leanne Rimes?
Ready.
I'm ready.
Wow, they're ready so fast, folks. Put your answers in, everybody, because these two ain't messing around. They are on fire. They're like
If I'm
cheese
wrong-
on fire.
We are like cheese on fire.
A, Taylor Swift. B, Lorde. C, Tanya Tucker. D, Leanne Rimes. Won the Grammy at 14. Let's see. We got an A. We got a B. We got a B. All right. Let's see. The correct answer is 3, 2, 1.
D.
D.
Leanne Rimes.
Leanne Rimes.
You both said Leanne Rimes, and you both are correct.
Hell yes. I think I actually may have tuned into the Grammys that year. That might have been a time because that was definitely in the 90s.
When Leanne Rimes was 14.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because here's the deal. I think like during that time, like we had like Jules' popularity and all sorts of shit.
Yeah,
And it's kind of like,
that was at
but
Jewel
look
time.
at this. Look
Are
at this
you-
freaking 14-year-old.
Are you the same
who's in
age as
country.
Leanne Rimes?
I might be. I might be the same age.
Wow.
But you look way cuter. What does she look like now? Okay.
Actually, she probably looks
She's
great.
just a girl and she's on fire.
Oh man. Actually, she
Sorry.
looks a little bit like. No, she doesn't. I'm sorry, I lied.
Okay.
Yeah, she does. She looks a little bit like
well-
the sister on Schitt's Creek.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yep. I wouldn't-
So,
wouldn't notice
nice guy, bad gamer. I've gotten 0 wrong. I mean, right. Meanwhile, you two are tied at 2, which is pretty good.
Yeah, you're correct.
All right. Question number 4. The late Sir Georg Solti, at least that's how I'm pretty sure you pronounce his name, Georg. Maybe George. Anyway.
Without any at the end.
Solti has won the most Grammys to date with 31. Born in Budapest, Solti led orchestras in many countries, including Bavaria, Germany, the UK, and the US. So, my question for you. Which of the following countries consumes the most beer per capita according to the 2019 census?
Oh,
This will be fun. Okay.
Is it A, Germany, B, Czech Republic, C, the United States, or D, Ireland?
Oh man, per capita? Per capita.
Per capita. Which we all know what that means. I'm not going to explain it.
Everyone quickly Googles per capita.
I don't know what that means. I don't really know what that means. I don't care. Somebody explain per capita to me in the chat.
So you do the amount divided by the amount of people.
People,
So
yeah,
like the
it's the
amount of beer
population.
sold by the people.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Okay.
Per
but that makes
capita,
sense.
meaning
All
per
right.
person, basically.
I
per
have
head.
I have an
cap.
answer that I don't like very much. Let's do this.
All right, we got some answers in the chat. It is time. 3, 2, 1.
D.
Ireland.
You both are saying Ireland. D.
There's
along
a
with
theme
me,
to the
B,
game.
along let's see, Nice Guy and ECAT both said A, Germany.
Which
You
would
know,
make sense.
Ireland
said
is the
D.
theme of the game, and I'm sorry that I led you astray with that. It is actually
Oh.
B, Czech Republic.
See, I was gonna guess that just for funsies, but then I
By
was
a
like, don't
long
do it.
shot,
Don't do
apparently,
that.
too.
Well,
It's-
yeah, by a lot.
it's a
I guess
lot.
that makes sense considering how Ryan and his family can put away beer.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize Ryan
Good
was
check, good
Czech heritage.
Yeah, Hruza. That name wasn't just because somebody spilled an alphabet.
You've used that before. That's too
No,
clever.
I actually just made that up.
That was
so
really good.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Now I'm just
Spill it
picturing like alphabet soup and like someone who like just migrated to the US was eating alphabet soup and it's like, name please. And they were like, Hruza.
Yeah, they just look in their soup. It's a movie moment. So good. All right. Well, we've lost half of our viewers, but it's worth it for these.
Peace
stupid
out,
jokes.
y'all.
I'm just joking. We didn't lose half. We lost all of them.
Most of them.
Uh,
Nightbot. Nightbot walks away with a suitcase.
Nightbot's gone. It's okay, Meebe. We're all terrible at this game. That's why I put people through it, to make me feel better about writing it.
Because he like knows the answers.
I feel very good about my questions, and that's all I wanted.
Here's the deal, Justin. When you finally do have to move, when you finally are like relocated somewhere else, I want to believe that you're going to have no spare time. You know, you're gonna like have like a great corporate job. You're probably still gonna be performing. You're gonna be DMing games. But now I want to believe that in your spare time, you host trivia night.
Yeah,
you've done that, right?
I have done that. I used
like
to
publicly.
I did a short stint with
private trivia
with Geeks Who Drink.
You're perfect. You're perfect. That totally makes sense.
Yeah. I did a short stint with them, and schedule never worked out because I was always too busy to go.
Gotcha.
So I kind of faded away, but yeah, it made me want to.
Oh no, Leanne Rhymes is 38.
38.
I'm 37. So see, there you go. There you go.
Thank you, Sumkey.
I will be turning 38 in December. So.
Okay, guys. Question number 5. You're both still tied at 2.
Yep.
Many great beers have come from across the pond. Who was the first British group to win Best New Artist in the Grammys? A. The Rolling Stones. B. Led Zeppelin. C. The Beatles. D. The Who.
Shit. All right. I guess I have an answer.
A pall has descended over the game.
Who was the first British group to win Best New Artist? We've got some answers coming in the chat.
I'm going to say C, because they did get popular really fast.
Well, you're not supposed to tell me what your answer is before you do it, because
I'm sorry.
That influences other people. So, Geeks Who Drink taught me that.
Yes.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
A. Rolling Stones.
All right. We have an A and a C. The entirety of the chat guesses C. And the entirety of the chat is correct.
Damn it.
The Beatles. Don't vote against the Beatles ever.
Just lesson learned.
I have taken the lead.
Yeah.
I have two
The
chances.
doctor.
Sumkey
has fucking
always.
Jokes.
I'm pretty sure, Sumkey, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, isn't your like? Never mind. I won't dox you. Never mind. You're just really good at puns, if I'm correct, which is apparent here. Let's see.
So many cheers. Oh, Justin, I did notice the alerts. They're great.
Hey, you finally noticed the alerts after.
No, Justin, I
all of
swear
these
to the
months?
Lord. The other times I could never see them when they happened.
Yeah. Well, that's because they're happening more often because people are using bits because they love us.
Yeah. That's nice.
Yeah. You can see the alerts now. Good for you.
They look great. No, good for you. It was a compliment. I
Oh,
guess,
thank you. Oh, well, thank you. No, thank you.
No, thank you. Good day. I said
all right.
good day.
So Kelsey taking the lead with 3. Oh, there's an alert. There's an alert. Everybody look. Thanks, Meebe. Love. Okay.
I like how it pulses.
Pulse.
It's like sort of obscene.
I like
It's a
how
heart.
you said it pulses. The entire room around you pulsed. in that
Yeah, because I was shaking my body.
All right, guys. 2 questions left. Kelsey has a 1-point lead.
It's anybody's game.
Anybody's
catch up,
game.
I gotta catch up, I gotta
Anybody's
catch up.
game. Question number 6. One of my personal favorites.
Oh no.
Numbers, that is.
I see.
The Grammy Awards are named after the revolutionary gramophone. Yes. The Irish brewing company Biddy Early, that's Biddy space EARLY, is named for who? Is it A, a 19th century witch, B, an elderly freedom fighter, C, a grandma to 80 children, or D, a blind potato farmer? Who is Biddy Early?
So many good things to guess. Can it just be all the above? Can it just be all of them?
That's a trick question.
I want all of them to be honored.
I know, right?
Oh, Meebe gave us each a heart. I want the middle one.
Thanks, Meebe.
I want the middle
rain.
one.
Meebe made it rain for us.
I like that you guys show up like it's a
lot.
drag show.
Yeah.
Handing out.
You guys are on the wrong channel, but well,
you're not.
we'll make
Stay
it work.
up
We'll
with
make
your
it work.
ones.
We'll make it work.
Just right here. Just put it right there.
Mm-hmm. There it
They
is.
saw the
Steven.
hole in my shirt and decided that they were going to donate.
Go ahead and capitalize on that.
This is kind of a thing.
All right, so the chat is locked in. They're
C.
all saying
I'm sorry, Steven. I
C.
keep ruining it.
Steve.
Stop
Okay, here we go.
that.
3, 2, 1.
D, blind potato farmer.
Blind potato farmer. Kelsey says C along
Old
with chat.
stereotype of an Irish
I'm
woman.
going to tell you, you're all wrong.
Okay.
The correct answer is a 19th century witch.
It's the witch.
It's the witch.
And I really wanted it to be a freedom fighter.
She was
but
believed to be a
Yeah.
witch. And she was a healer, and she used like different remedies and different concoctions to heal people.
Sure.
And she also made like beer and shit.
Yeah.
So crazy. How lame.
Sorry, everybody.
Being
Maybe
a
she's
witch
a
in the 19th
grandma.
century is not nearly as cool as being a grandma to 80 grandchildren.
Seriously. No, but here's the deal,
or a
Justin.
Grammy to 80 children.
By the end of the
Grammy.
night,
Good.
by the end of the night, I would like for there to be 3 brand new named ales for the other 3
Yes.
who weren't.
Yeah, chat,
Okay.
get right on that.
Named
We need names
Biddy Early.
for. We need beer names for an elderly freedom fighter,
Fighter.
a grandma to 80 grandchildren, and a
80.
blind potato farmer. Okay. Might have
Got it.
guesses a bit. Early,
Guessed a bit
bitty
early.
Yeah. I get it. That's good. That's good. All right. So Kelsey still has a 1-point lead. This is the
I have
final question.
One shot to tie
Steven,
with you.
you could tie it. You could tie it.
I could tie it.
This was actually the most interesting one for me as I was researching. Okay, here we go. Final question. In 2011, White House Honey Ale became the first known beer to have been brewed in the White House.
False.
That's true. That's actually true. Which of these White House residents have not won a Grammy Award? So which one of these 4? Which one has not won a Grammy Award?
We're on a journey with the syntax of this question.
Listen,
I got
had
caught
to-
up, though.
Every question has to have something to do with Grammys and something to do with beer.
So
Okay.
whoever is of Irish descent from the White House did not win the Grammy.
He didn't include Irish in this one, I don't think, but maybe.
Okay.
Okay. So which one of these
Does not have a
presidents does not have a Grammy Award? A. Jimmy Carter, B. Ronald Reagan, C. Bill Clinton, or D. Barack Obama? 3 of these men have a Grammy Award. 1 does not.
Okay.
Which of these things is not like the other? Fun fact about that White House Honey Ale. I mean, I guess it's not really a fun fact. It's just a fact. But Obama made beer in the White House, you guys. That's so cool.
That's great.
I had no idea.
They want it to be repeated.
Okay.
Much like myself, the question was
Let me
hard.
repeat the whole
I
question.
know. I've got my answer. I have my answer.
In 2011, White House Honey Ale became the first known beer to have been brewed in the White House. Now, which of these White House residents, aka presidents, have not won a Grammy Award? Okay, so there's 4 presidents listed. 3 of them have won a Grammy Award. 1 of them has not. So A, Jimmy Carter, B, Ronald Reagan, C, Bill Clinton, D, Barack Obama. Give the chat a second here. I want to taste White House Honey Ale. I wonder if it's any good.
Sure, it's fine. I bet he just used a beer kit, you know?
He
So
did.
it probably
Well,
tastes
he
like
did.
everybody
Yeah,
else's
yeah.
homemade beer.
He did. It was a beer kit. All right, so we have a couple answers in the chat.
I have some balls for my answer.
Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
A. Jimmy
Reagan.
Carter.
B.
All right, we have a Carter, we have a Reagan, we
know,
have
he
the
was an
chat
actor.
saying Carter, and we have one for Barack Obama. Interesting, I like it. The answer is Ronald Reagan.
Oh my
Kelsey
god.
Damn it.
Wins. The
I'm a
game.
genius.
Everyone cheer for Kelsey.
Yay.
Yeah, Jimmy Carter has won like 3 Grammy Awards.
Because he's very inspirational.
He's
always
yeah.
doing inspirational
spoken
shit.
word, spoken
Okay.
word, baby.
Okay.
And same with Clinton and Obama, both have won one as well.
Reagan
Reagan
inspired a
Reagan.
lot of people to die of AIDS. So
It's true.
Look, can't argue with facts.
and
Reagan
also
paving the
trickle-
way for Donald Trump.
Trickle down economics.
Wow, look at all those little cheers for you.
They're little cute ones. I won.
I won the
Party, party,
opportunity
party,
to
party,
compete
party,
against Kelsea Botwinik-Hruza.
Good game. Good game.
Good game. Good game.
Good game. That was to the chat because my screen over here is the chat.
Good game.
Good game.
Fantastic. Thanks for playing, folks. Thank you all for
That was good, Justin. That was good.
Yeah, that was
spreading
fun.
that love.
That was clever.
I have one now. I don't want to.
Wait,
I
some
have
key just
one
came
twice
in.
now.
Some key just came in with some of our beer names.
Oh, good.
And so the elderly freedom fighter beer is named the Retired Revolutionary Red Ale.
Hell yes.
That's beautiful.
It's good.
Yeah.
Some key for the win.
Yeah, that's definitely going in the flight. All right.
Yeah, this is our flight that we're building. That's great. I would drink that beer. That sounds good. Cool. So, to wrap up here, Kelsey, Steven, thank you for being my guest tonight. I had a blast. I hope you had a blast.
I had a
I
blast.
did. I had a wonderful
Look,
time. Thank
I think
you.
this is one of the silliest episodes we've had.
Well,
and
but
I
look
think
who
it's good.
you invited. I mean,
It's
you
true.
know, it's
We're silly billies.
It's good. Nice guy came in with our grandma, the beer for the named after the grandma with 80
Milky.
grandchildren, the Milky Mama Malt.
I like the use of the word milky.
I like the alliteration. That's very
Oh,
good.
so that was Hey, It's
Milky
Meaties.
Mama malt.
Oh,
I like to imagine that we don't know Nice Guy Bad Gamer or Meeby, and that they're like talking on the phone together.
yeah, they're talking and then chatting.
Yeah.
Oh, good. And then the final one,
Sputter Stout.
Sumkey gave us the blind potato farmer is the Sputter Stout.
Sputter
good.
stout.
Well, we've completed
Yes.
our flight. It's time to go drink it.
Yes, please.
So you can catch Kelsey and Steven on Sunday mornings on Pitfalls and Ponies at 10:30 a.m.
10:30 a.m. Central.
Central Time, CDT. Into CDT
Central
now, not
Daylight
CST.
Time.
Of course, everyone.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
I think
Rotary
if I
phone.
do this, it'll.
I
there
think
we go.
Hey It's Meeby has a
Um,
rotary phone, and Nice Guy Bad Gamer has one of those like see-through phones from the 90s.
That's exactly it. You called it. You know them so well.
I know them really well.
Um,
We're really close.
I will be coming back in about 5 minutes or so after the break to paint this fantastic hero
Oh my
right
God,
here.
yes.
Wait a
The
second. Come on.
Wisp.
Come on, there we go.
There she is.
There we go.
Wonderful.
So we're gonna be painting her in the latter half of the show tonight. But I'm gonna go take a break real quick and
You're amazing,
drink
Nice
all
Guy
yeah,
those
Bad
because
Gamer.
you
beers.
earned one. You earned that.
Guzzle, guzzle,
break.
guzzle, 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 guzzle,
Thank you,
guzzle.
nice guy.
That's
They are
right.
amazing. You're right. So hope to see y'all back in a little bit here. But in the meantime, enjoy these words from our sponsors. Just kidding.
And we'll see you on Sunday.
See y'all on Sunday.
Sunday,
Bye, everybody.
Sunday.
Goodbye. Thank you for tuning in to us. You guys are great.
Eddie Murphy. Connect Eddie Murphy to Dwayne The Rock Johnson. How do we
Okay.
do that? I don't know. Eddie Murphy.
Well, let's start with Coming to America
Uh-huh.
because we could use either one now that there are two out.
Right.
There's lots of people in those.
Uh,
that movie has people in it.
It does.
that we can connect.
James Earl Jones is in that.
Correct.
So James Earl
right.
Jones, who is also in Star Wars, Lion King. Matthew
I mean,
Broderick?
are we accepting Lion King as a, because technically he was in both.
He was in both. You're right. And he was in the live action Lion King too, right? So then one of those actors had to have worked with Dwayne The Rock Johnson at some point.
We did it. So we're done.
So we don't have to name the person.
This is easy. Oh my god, this is so easy. Do
IMDb
another.
Oh, by the way, D. Lowenthal, thank you so much for the subscription, man. Appreciate that. Love you. Is IMDb allowed? Why not? Throw it out there, man. Go for it.
Wait.
Yes.
But if James Earl Jones Lion King, we can get him to like, is it possible to get to Moana or something like that? Like, or to get to, if we can get to Lin-Manuel, we can get to Moana. Like, I'm just trying to think if.
Yeah. We have James Earl Jones, or Eddie Murphy to James Earl Jones, James Earl Jones to Harrison Ford.
Oh.
Harrison Ford to Lin-Manuel Miranda in Rise of Skywalker. Lin-Manuel Miranda to Dwayne The Rock Johnson in Moana.
Lin-Manuel was in Rise of Skywalker?
What?
Yes, he was. He's one of the pilots. He hugs Rose at the end.
He's a
completely
he's
believe
a
you.
random. He's like a random like.
He's a random guy, but he has one line at least.
All right, we did it. We're moving on.
We did it.
It's
Wow,
fantastic.
good job, everybody.
That was 4 connections, I think. Good job.
No, Justin.
sorry.
Let's do this. Let's do this again, but we can only connect people, real actors in fictional movies.
Real actors in fictional movies. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow,
So
holy
give
crap.
us 2 actors. Give us 2 actors.
Okay.
See, I'm gonna be much better at this.
Okay. So then, how about Chris Evans and Emily Blunt?
Okay. Chris Evans was in a little-known movie when he was a child with Chris Farley.
Okay. What was it called? That one. I remember that one. It was
called "Let's Go to Canada, Buddy." And Chris Evans was a little boy that he was smuggling to. He was taken on a road trip to Canada.
I wasn't allowed to watch that one when I was a kid.
Yeah, no,
it was
inappropriate.
gory. Yeah.
He was like the uncle that his mother didn't want him to hang out with because he was bad.
I remember that.
We took little Chris Evans to Canada, so we got to Chris Farley. Who are we trying to get to again?
I forgot. Emily Blunt.
Chris Evans to Emily Blunt. So now Chris Farley, Bradley. What was the movie that Chris Farley
remember that one?
did with John Krasinski?
Chris
Do you remember
Farley.
that?
Oh.
John Krasinski was also a child.
It was that indie one called Shoe Farts.
Yes, Shoe Farts.
It was all about when you're walking in your heels, make that farty sound. It's he thinks it's his shoes doing it, and it's John's.
See you later, D.
And
Lowenthal. Thank you. Keep going.
Oh, are we losing people?
No.
With this?
I'm sorry about Shoe Farts.
He had a pre-planned.
Yeah. And it was really surprising in Shoe Farts was one of those movies that had like that one musical number in it. Shoe farts, ooh, they gonna make the noise. Shoe farts, yeah, you.
Don't mix them with your toys.
Yeah,
Shoe
perfect.
farts, ooh, for all the girls and boys.
Shoe farts.
Guys, we did it. That was fantastic.
We did it.
I think we have time for one more.
Emily Blunt.
One more. Let's do. This one's pretty obvious. I think Morgan Freeman.
Are we doing fictional movies or?
Or
a real one? Because I'm only good at one of those.
I know, right? Let's try. Let's try one more reel because I feel like we lost the audience with our improv.
Yeah. This is what I'm here for. Is to
Morgan
to
Freeman, just to derail the show. Morgan Freeman to Sandra Bullock.
Ooh.
So Sandra Bullock was in Gravity with George Clooney.
Yeah.
And George Clooney was in with Ocean's 11. Everything. Ooh, Ocean's 11. Brad Pitt. 7.
Brad Pitt.
7.
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Solved
Well
my own
done,
riddle.
Justin. You just got us.
Do another one.
Okay, let's do one more.
Can you do a one between an actor and somebody who isn't an actor? Like, can we connect?
I will pick
former president Jimmy Carter
to
with...
Sir Patrick Stewart.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Why don't you take the reins on that one, Jax?
Okay. Jimmy Carter was a peanut farmer.
Okay. Peanuts
before he became
go
president.
in Kung Pao chicken.
Yeah, peanuts go in Kung Pao chicken.
Yep.
And Kung
Pao
Pao.
chicken.
There's a chicken.
Yeah.
In Moana.
There is a chicken in Moana. Brad hates this.
I was just like, the chicken goes in your mouth, and then a mouth is on Patrick Stewart, and I think that's the connection.
He has a mouth.
He did it. When he played Professor X, he had a mouth.
All of this is just, we could go through body parts. Everybody has a mouth. Those were the answers.
Some of the creatures in
it was
in
right
Blood of
under our
Blood
nose the whole time.
Oh, stop.
We did it. We succeeded. This show has been a success.
Oh, gee, gosh, I'm glad we didn't play Which One Is Sadder.
Somehow we have more
no,
viewers than we did before.
That's what we did. That's what we did. We just played Which One Is Sadder, and
so we did play Which One Is Sadder.
This was Which One Is Sadder, yeah. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks for sticking around. We're going to do some painting here in a little bit. A little bit of painting. Gonna finish setting up my station here. So yeah, if you caught the first half of the show, water sounds. If you got the first half of the show, we had some guests on, some awesome people, some friends of mine, Kelsey and Steven, and chatting about stuff there. And now we're gonna paint a bit. What am I doing here? Do this. We're gonna do some painting. We're gonna paint Wasp. You know her, you love her. She's the hero in your hearts. Wasp. All right, let's switch screens here. Awesome. So we have our figure here. Let's pull back a little bit. There we go. It's a really cool model. The wings are like so well designed. It's pretty cool. I've really enjoyed seeing how different people are like painting them different ways. A lot of these figures, but this one specifically is just like, because Wasp doesn't have like an iconic costume, you know, not necessarily in the way that like Captain America does. There's a lot of different costumes that you could put, you know, for her. So I'm gonna need some help in the chat tonight. Give me some tips and whatnot on some good color combinations. That's right, we're Bob Rossing it up. For the record, I don't think we'll finish Wasp tonight. We're gonna get as far as we can though, but I think she's gonna have some detailing that I'm not gonna be able to get to in the next hour. But we'll see. See what we can get done. So to start, oh man, my chair just slanked down on me. It slanked down. I don't know if I ever showed you guys the finished Ant-Man we did a couple weeks ago. So I want, you know, it'd be cool if she can complement what we have going on with him. They kind of, you know, go in a pair. But I don't want to do like red and black for her by any means. I think I'm leaning towards a kind of a heather blue, a muted blue a bit, like it's a dark blue, but you know, and then some yellow highlights, make it very kind of wasp-ish, with some steel and maybe a little bit of red added onto it. And then we'll paint the dye as well, but I'll get to that later. So, let's see. To start with, I think, let's see. Well, first of all, let's put her on a freaking handle here. Take Captain America off. He's being dethroned. Alright. To start with, let's get some of that blue. And I want some black. I should have had my paints already ready, but tonight was a whirlwind of a night for me. Didn't really have time to get it together. Anybody in the chat? What has everybody watched WandaVision? Everybody finished WandaVision last week? Or 2 weeks ago, I guess it's been. I'm super pumped for Falcon and Winter Soldier this week coming out. It's just gonna be a fun one. Alright. I think we're good here. Let's do this. Yeah, it was so good, right? Get some black. Ooh, it's gonna bleed. Whoopsies. Happy accidents, happy accidents. Bob Ross, Bob Ross, Bob Ross. Yeah, so those emotes are pretty fun, right? Rebecca Munoz, friend of the show. We had her on a little bit ago, and she's, of course, in Pitfalls and Ponies. She made 4 of the 5 of our emotes, and I just think they turned out so awesome. There's just so much to love about them. I think they're so cool. So yeah, we have her to thank for those. She's the same artist who did all the Pitfalls and Ponies art, and if you have watched Childish Things, all of the Childish Things art as well. Yeah, the Pony Pound is a good one. I love it. Bob Ross, Bob Ross, Bob Ross. Thanks, D. Mazda. So I'm getting the shadowy parts here with this dark blue. And we will keep it going from there, but I'm just trying to get all the shadowy stuff out of the way here. Turn up my light a little bit. There we go, it's a little better. So yeah, I'm pumped for Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Marvel's just got so much going on. I love it. Like, who would have thought a year ago, with this whole pandemic happening and everything, that we would have had, I personally was feeling very down about the fact that we weren't gonna get any new Marvel content for such a long time. But it kind of worked. I don't know, the fact that there was such a big delay, and then coming back with WandaVision, such a strong, bold entry, something so out of the usual place. Sorry, my mic came unplugged. My chair keeps sinking on me. I need a new chair. That's right, D. Mazda. Thanks for stopping by anyway. Yeah, need a new chair. Anyway, yeah, so I'm just, I'm blown away with the way that Marvel handles their continuities, and their just all of it is so well done. In other news today, the new D&D book came out. Anybody plays D&D out there? The new D&D book, Candlekeep Mysteries. I had it somewhere around here. Oh, it's over here. Oh, it's so pretty. You guys, look at this. Look at this book. Oh, baby. Look at that. Yes. It's the back. Oh, look at that beholder. Yes. It's gorgeous. It's, so with, like, you know, with D&D books, sometimes they're adventures, sometimes they're, like, new settings or different, you know, worlds that you can kind of place your campaign in. And with this one, it is super unique from the others because it is 17 entirely individual, well, not entirely, but I mean there's like a slight bit of crossover, but they're completely, you know, unique and individual adventures, quests. All of them can be done in the course of, like, you know, 3 to 4 hours, and they range in level. There's 17 of them, which is crazy. They range in level from, like, from level 1 to 16, I believe, and they're awesome. It was like 20 different writers worked on this book and came together to write this thing. It's just so cool. Alright. So I've just decided that this blue is a little too bright for what I'm going for. It's a little too... I think it's a little too bright. I'm going to darken it up a little more. Anyway, this book is awesome. I'm very excited because it's the kind of thing where you can just take it, you can take the adventures and plug them into whatever you're doing. So Steven and Kelsey, who are on the show tonight, are in a campaign with me, we do a Dragon Heist, Waterdeep Dragon Heist campaign. And I'm going to be plugging in maybe one of these mysteries into that, which is pretty cool. World building and lore development would be so much fun to be a part of. I completely agree. Completely agree. It's one of my, it's one of, if not my favorite part of just doing D&D, doing role playing, telling these kind of stories is, I would say for the majority, that's the majority of people's favorite part is getting to, like, build your own world and that kind of thing. It's really special, right? Thank you, nice guy. Appreciate that. I consider myself pretty okay at it. Yeah, doing it for D&D, that'd be sick. That would be sick indeed. But right now, I'm just happy doing it for this channel. In the future, some of you have seen Childish Things maybe, and that was a world, inspired by a book, but ultimately kind of created by myself, and something that I really fell in love with. I'm really interested in worlds that are just so outside of what we've come to expect or know. So a lot of the times what I'll do is I'll combine two things that I love and kind of smash them together. With Childish Things, it was kind of a Toy Story Mad Max is how I kind of summarized that one a lot. It was, Toy Story meets Mad Max in this post-apocalyptic kind of world where toys are sentient and know nothing about mankind, which was dope. Yeah, I'm going over all this as like a base coat with this blue, so I don't miss anything later. And, you know, I will return to DMing on this channel, probably sometime soon. So keep a lookout for that. I'm currently writing the campaign for that, and by writing, of course, it's all improvised. So, but I'm working on the world, doing the world building, the lore for it. It's pretty exciting stuff. I'm very excited to be able to share it eventually. So I hope you'll all join me when that comes. Okay, so we've got the body with that darker blue, pretty good. I'm gonna go to the helmet, do the same. Do I have a favorite world I've created so far? Good question, D. Mazda. Do I have a favorite world I've created so far? I think Childish Things is probably my favorite, and it's only because I think it's the most out there. It's like the most unique, separate from any of like the... I feel like a lot of the other worlds I've created kind of take on very similar tropes to things that, you know, are very familiar with so many people. Like, you know, high fantasy realm where it's, you know, very D&D. You know, even if it's my own names on the towns, it very much feels like it's just D&D. And you know, there's nothing wrong with that by any means. I really am drawn to things that like work outside of that realm. So I was very proud of Childish Things for sure. And I would definitely argue that this what I have coming up next is going to be even crazier than what Childish Things was. Maybe not crazier is the right word, but definitely it's definitely gonna be different. It's not your standard Lord of the Rings-esque thing. So I'm pretty pumped for it. Good question, though. Thanks for that. I love these good questions. You guys giving me stuff to talk about. I'm still trying to get my bearings a little bit with the, you know, painting and talking and trying to, you know, stay entertaining and that kind of thing. It's a little bit of a mind juggle. So I always appreciate the good questions, y'all. This is consider this an AMA. But not on TikTok. Hey! That's very nice of you. Gift and stuff. Maybe. Appreciate the gifts. The gifts. Cool. I know it doesn't look like much yet because it's mostly just this blue, but once we add the other colors, it'll make it pop for sure. This first part is always the, you know, it's like the most boring, I want to say, but also it goes really fast. You know, you don't have to really worry too much about messing up because it's just a base coat. Don't really matter. All right, wait, what's your question here, nice guy? When I watch Childish Things back, should I watch them in order that they were posted on YouTube? Oh yeah, you know what? And I probably will go. I'm gonna go through the YouTube videos and I'm gonna number them because I realized when we put them out, we put them out in order, of course. The correct answer is yes, nice guy. You should watch them in order of the date they were released. But I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna number them just so it's more clear because what we did with that is we put them in like arcs, like little storybook chapters, and we gave each chapter a fun name. But that doesn't really help you when you're trying to figure out what order to watch them in. So, yeah, good call. I mean, good question, and I'll work on that tomorrow. Actually, I'm gonna go through and number them tomorrow, because the people need to know what order they should be watching in. Yes, Into the Unsown is a good story arc. We tried to make all of them very toy related, and you know, they're pretty fun. Okay, I'm feeling pretty good about this blue we have going on. I think what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna get that skin tone going, and then we'll do the yellow, which should be lots of fun. We're just gonna use fair skin. I could blend it, but you know, I don't know. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. Yeah. With this show, I hope you guys are enjoying this, and I appreciate you if you're watching live. It's the kind of show where it's like, I never know whether to put it on YouTube or not afterward. Like, I don't know if people really want to watch this later, you know? It's the kind of show that works best live, for sure. Chatting and whatnot, but I put them on YouTube anyway, just because I don't know. Why not? Who's it hurting? But yeah. I don't really know where I was going with that conversation. Alright. Got a very fine bit of skin here. Get the nose. Get underneath. Cool. Nice. I'm glad the brush... Here, let me get mic closer. Is that super zen for you, maybe? Good. I'm glad this is relaxing for you. That's really awesome. I find it very relaxing as well. I know we've talked about this in the past, but yeah, it's just, you know, it's always a way for me to unwind, and there's days when I'm like, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna stream tonight. It seems kind of, you know, should I just not? And then I'm always really glad I do, you know. It's it makes a big difference for me. So thanks for being here and watching live and giving me somebody to talk to, and anybody else who's watching right now, but you know, just kind of doing your own thing, as we call it in Twitch, lurking. That's totally okay. Thanks for checking us out and watching anyway. Hope you'll stick around. Hope you'll come back. Alright, pretty cool with the skin there. Hey, thanks, nice guy. Milo. Alright. Nice. Boom, boom, boom. Alrighty. Alright, so we've got, I'm gonna go to the yellow next, which is gonna be like the goggles, the wings, the not the wing part here, but the like the attachment. It's gonna be yellow. The breast piece is gonna be yellow, and then just some of the specific like lines across the body and whatnot are gonna be yellow. So, what is Wasp? I love that question. Wasp is she's a superhero. Janet Van Dyne is the comic book iteration of Wasp. The movies kind of portray her slightly different. She's Hope Van Dyne, Janet's daughter. And she is typically seen as a partner, a counterpart to Ant-Man, who we did a couple weeks ago. So they're gonna go together pretty nicely. They both have the ability to shrink themselves down using something called Pym particles, which are fun things. Before I get to that yellow, I just decided, you know what, we're gonna brighten up these blue spots a little bit and try to get some a little bit of highlighting in here. So to answer your question, what do? They save the world. Yeah, especially, I mean, you know, in the movies, Wasp made her first appearance in Ant-Man, the movie Ant-Man. Well, rather, the Hope Van Dyne did, and then wasps in real life are a-holes. Yeah, you're right. They really are. They really are. Yeah, but she then went on to become a full-fledged hero and star in Ant-Man and the Wasp, which is a great show. ECAT Carter, how far did you make it on WandaVision tonight? Just watch the first episode, or more? Brightening up, brightening up, brightening up the blues. Brightening up, brightening up, brightening up the blues. Episode 2, nice. Yeah, that's good. I've heard that from a lot of people, actually. A lot of people have told me that, you know, they haven't really watched any of the other Marvel movies, or don't really consider themselves like superhero movie fans by any means, but WandaVision is still enjoyable, and I think that's fantastic. I think that's very much a win in the Marvel book. You know, because so much of it is just about, you know, Marvel does so well is telling stories in so many different ways, and that's what I love so much about them. And I think that's what I strive to do a lot with role-playing and whatnot, is just like really genre hop a bunch. Because there's just, I don't know, there's a lot of awesome stuff out there, and I you know, I just love the fact that we can do Pitfalls and Ponies, you know, and then or we can do Blood on My Blood, this cosmic horror, you know, drama, and then just a few days later do Pitfalls and Ponies and have a completely different feel going on. And I think that speaks so much to what WandaVision has been able to do too. I mean, like, it's just cool stuff. It's cool stuff. Yeah, you could marry 1960s robot Vision. Yeah. Yep. Wait till you get to 1970s Vision, though, because he's a real hunk. Just kidding. He's not. I mean, he always is, but... Okay, I feel like I lightened up those blues a good amount. I'm going to let that dry, and I'm going to work on the yellows for a moment. So, we've got some options here. Options. I've got... Okay. Shake, 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 shake your paints. Shake your paints. Everybody shake your paints. That's an emote that I need to make, is shake your paints. Somebody remind me of that when I'm making another round of emotes. Alright, guys. Do we go with marigold yellow or candlelight yellow? I'm thinking marigold. It's giving me a bit more of an orange vibe, which I kind of dig. I'm thinking we go with marigold. That's what my heart's telling me. Let's see, though. You know, we'll try it. And if it's really crappy, guess what? We can paint over it. Awesome, right? I know. It's a good secret. It's a good secret to know. Alright. I just decided I'm going to drop a little bit of both and mix them together. Because I took marigold out of the bottle, and it's giving me cheese vibes. These colors basically look like cheese yellow or mustard yellow, and I don't like either of them individually, so we need to make our own yellow here. Yep, that's right. Cheese fire. Now, one of the crappiest things about yellow is that it's so, like, thin. You have to do so many layers of it to get it to really look good. And with mixing the yellow, that just means we're going to have to try to find the perfect mix every time. But oh well, c'est la vie. No, really, c'est la vie. It's dumb. It's a dumb joke. I don't know why I said it. I immediately regret my decisions. Okay. See? Look at that. Check that yellow out. Baby, that looks crisp. I love it. Life is too short for regrets. I know that you didn't say regrets. I just really wanted to say regrets. Can you layer yellow over white? Try and make it more opaque. You know what? You could. If I was a smarter person, I would have done that. But I just went right in with the yellow. And now we have to live with those choices. Because life is too short for regrets. As a friend once told me. Blue Angel vibes. Yeah, that's exactly what... Yes, you're totally right. I think that's a... Personally, you know what? I don't really know what Wasp is supposed to look like. If I'm being completely honest. I just really like these colors together, so... Screw it. We're just going with this. This works for me. I think it's more interesting than like a black and yellow thing. I like the blue. Especially on like a chibi figure. It's very poppy, you know. If you haven't really got the hint here, people, I'm very into like cute little chibi things. If you haven't figured that out by watching Childish Things or me painting on this stream, I love like cartoony things. I love animation, I should say, is really just the biggest thing. I love animated things. Okay, got this. Nice. Nice. Check it. Check it. Chibi. Yeah, hit that follow button if you haven't already. Although I'm pretty sure everybody here has already followed me. But if not, I would love a follow. I'm trying to get to 150. Come on, y'all. help a guy out. If you are watching and you haven't checked the stream out before, this is not the only thing we do on this stream. We also have role-playing games on Friday nights and Sunday mornings. A wide variety of things, but you can check out our VODs if you want to catch up on those series, or just show up and, you know, check it out live. Sick. Yeah, this yellow and blue was a very good choice. Who chose that? It was me. I chose that. Ecat Carter, because you highlighted your message, I can see it. Thank you. If you were an animal, what animal would you be? That's a really good one. You know, my instincts, and you know what they say about your instincts. You should trust them. My instinct says bear. I think I would be a bear. Oh man, I messed up. That's right. It's not a big deal. You got me talking about bears and distracting myself over here. Here's the thing. I love bears. They are protective and caring about their own. They ain't afraid to throw down if they need to. They are adorable and ferocious at the same time. They love to sleep and to eat. And those are two things your boy loves as well. If you would have asked me when I was a child, I would have told you a wolf. Because wolves are still probably one of my favorite animals. If not my favorite animal. But a bear is how I see myself. Just in general, every day. When I think about myself, I think about a bear. That's not true. I am messing up on this other side. Her arm is like way too high and it's really hard to get in here. Yeah, you can see me as a bear. Yeah, thank you. Cute and snuggly, that's me. Now, what kind of bear? I don't know. That's for you guys to decide. Honestly, not sure. Am I a koala bear? Maybe. Koalas aren't even real bears. They're called koala bears for some reason. They're not in the bear family. Am I a Berenstein bear? Maybe. My last name's Barron. Did you guys know? Here's a fun fact for you. Did you know that Michael Cera? You know, Michael Cera. Did you know that Michael Cera was the voice of Brother Bear and Berenstein Bears in the show that was on when I was a child? Because I didn't know that until I found out. I'm the brown bear, like from Brother Bear. Yeah, Kodiak Bear. Nice. Nice. Excuse me, maybe? What'd you just say to me? There's a wolf walk? With real wolves? Get the hell out of here. That's insane. That's insane. Well, you're welcome, nice guy. Now you know a little bit more about Michael Cera than you ever thought you would. Because does anybody really know anything about Michael Cera? No. Because he's a mystery. One time I saw Michael Cera walking down the street in New York. And he was exactly what you'd expect him to be. Just like dicking around with his friends. I was like, yep, that tracks. That tracks. That would have been so funny. Just walk up behind Michael Cera on the street and tickle him. Oh my god. That would have been so funny. Arrested Development is... Those first couple seasons are just some of the best comedy TV I've ever witnessed. People talk a lot about Parks and Rec, and nothing against Parks and Rec. I think Parks and Rec's great, but it does. Yeah, it's not Arrested Development level, in my opinion. But I'll tell you what, it knew how to finish better. Ooh, sick burn. Sick burn on Arrested Development, you guys. You guys letting me out here with these burns? Just letting me chill out here with these burns on? Okay then. Let's see here. How do we want to play this? You know what I was thinking the other day? Like, what if I played a video game, like a Twitch gamer on the green room, and then I was like, what in the hell would I play that would make any sense? That'd be insane. What's this now? Don't that's funny. Would you ever consider a guest crash your painting time in person if said person can stay up late? I think that'd be fun. Person. That person could totally come crash anytime they wanted. Anytime they wanted to, if they knew where I lived. People love a good guest crash. It's just one of those things people love. See? I'm showing you all the love right now. Or, I mean, not you, but like, you know, guests. Guest crashing. People love guest crashing. Oh no, do you hear that? Random guest. If you don't come on, we're gonna lose our watchers. Thanks, ECAT Carter. You're always looking out for me. This is why we don't give my address out to anybody. This is the exact reason that we don't do that. Unless you bring pizza. That's right. Bring pizza and all will be forgiven. If you bring pizza, you're allowed to guest crash. Or you could bring, obviously, what my favorite food is, which everyone on here knows my favorite food, right? Because you're all super fans who know everything about me, right? Yeah, maybe. You're right. This is why you get paid the big bucks to know things like that. Okay, so that you can kind of see the design I'm doing on the breastplate there. It's a little messy. I'm going to have to clean it up, but not bad. Oh my gosh. Yes, nachos are my favorite food. Everyone knows. Now, if you ever wanted to impersonate me, you have all the information you need. To answer my question about gaming, how about a survival crafting building game? It's Fallout 76 or Ark. It's true. Something where I just build shit. Can't go wrong with that, right? Or could I? I don't know, to be honest with you. I was thinking of, you know what I think would be fun to do on one of these is like a game like Detroit Become Human, where it's like decisions and whatnot. And then people can help me make decisions. Okay, I need to switch to a smaller brush. That was about to be a very bad idea I was about to do there. Detroit Become Human. Oh, we could play Until Dawn together. Ooh, that'd be so scary. It'd be so scary. Yeah. Ooh, Heavy Rain would be great. I have all of these. Play them at any time. I have to figure out how to set up my PlayStation to stream. Or I could just buy them on Steam, I suppose. I suppose I could. Hang on, guys. Stop distracting me. I have painting to do. Obviously. Yeah, Until Dawn's the one with our good friend Hayden Panettiere. Where's my guest? I think that guest is probably gone to bed. Because that guest probably shouldn't even be up right now. Got some wings on the legs there. Gonna go back over that again. Like I said, we can second coats. Ooh, nice guy. Thank you. You know just what I needed. Good stuff. Good, delicious, liquid stuff. Alright, let's see. Let me finish going over some of these the first time, and then I'm going to go back for a second run. Good. I just lied to myself because I just did a second run. I'm a cheat and a liar, and I do not deserve your love. Everyone deserves love, Justin. Stop lying to yourself. Mazra, have a good night. No, you're lovely. We'll do painting and nachos another day. Another day, another destiny. Hydrate. Okay. Okay, I'm hydrated. Don't hydrate me anymore. I'm gonna have to go pee. Damn it, nice guy. You beat me to it. You knew exactly what I was gonna say before I said it. Oops, a little too bright. Okay. Not bad. Chibis? Oh, Chibis. Chibis. Chibis and Chugs. Working title. That's good. I like that. Cheebies and chugs, folks. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, let's see. All right, I think I'm gonna move on to. Got the legs pretty good. Feeling pretty solid about that. We're gonna do red on those other highlights, and then the white wings. I'm gonna do. I can't decide. Should I do? Okay. Question, everyone. Should I do white for the eyes, like for these goggle things, or should I do yellow? I'm gonna do yellow on the crown area, like the eyebrow area above there. Posture check, stretch. Okay, you guys answer me about that, and then I'm gonna stretch here. Good stuff. Ooh, lots of pops, lots of pops. You keep me sane. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Any while I'm waiting, while I'm paused here, any lurkers out there who haven't seen some of our past work? We've got Ant-Man. Ooh, shiny. Yes, Ant-Man. Rotate, rotate, rotate. The base is not yet complete, but shall be. We've also got Black Widow, who we did last week. There's the Wids. The Widow. Looking pretty good. Check that hair. Check that hair out. Son. Yes. And Captain of the Americas. What if that was his name? Guys, I'm in love with these figures. Like, anybody who's watched enough of the show knows that already, because I take every opportunity to show them off. I just think they're so cool. So cool. Okay. Back to work. Back to work. Nobody answered my question on what color I should... What color should I make these goggles? These goggles. Blue. Yeah, I could make them like a light blue, like a little sky blue type thing. White. My gut says white, but maybe I'll make them like a slightly blue white, kind of like a glass color. Does that sound good? Maybe. Pantene moment? Pantene moment? Pantene moment? Did I miss something? Is that a joke from something that we said earlier? White. Thank you. Nice guy. As always, the compromiser. Alright. Well, while we finish deciding that, I'm going to go back over this yellow, because it needs another run. Nice, nice. Who's the most famous person you've ever met? Or not even met, but like, you know, interacted with? and maybe not even the famous person, just like who's the coolest, you know, celebrity, you know, interaction you've had. I think for me it was there's been a couple. In college I got to hang out with Titus Burgess a little bit. We went to dinner and he gave me like a voice lesson thing. And by me I mean like a lot of the students, but yeah, I got to take him to dinner, which was fun. And he's a cool guy. So that's one. I also, like, this isn't like really much of an interaction, but I like saw Josh Gad on the street in New York one time, and I said, "Hey, what's up?" like that. And he was like, "Hey man," and then he kept walking, and I was like, yes, Josh Gad, love that guy, what a hoot. So those are my answers. Your mom, thanks ECAT Carter, wow, gotta love you, just coming in with the good stuff. That's so funny. Dane Cook. Oh, nice guy. That's so dated. You just dated yourself. I'm joking. Sort of. Yeah, ECAT. I know. It was cool. He's a cool guy. He, I sang Who I'd Be from the musical Shrek for him, and he liked it. Multiple Seahawks. Oh yeah. Russ? Maybe you've met Russ? That's so cool. Look, I'm a diehard Chiefs fan, and I always will be. But Russell Wilson, if there isn't just a cooler guy, there's not. That's my point. Love that Russell Wilson. Richard Karn. Yeah. Super embarrassing. Wait, missed what? Oh, your mom? Wait, what are we talking about? Oh, that's right. Queer Eye guys were in Kansas City. I was running on a treadmill next to Jonathan Van Ness, and it was one of those situations where he had like headphones on, and I wasn't like about to like disturb him as he was just trying to work out in peace. But I definitely went immediately and told Deanna about it across the gym. I was like, look. And then I had a really surreal moment, which I'm going to tell you guys about, but please don't think it's me tooting my own horn. Because, so the Queer Eye guys, they were, they worked out at our gym when they were here. And, so yeah, I had that interaction with Jonathan. And, sorry, Cat Carter. That's funny. I'm sorry. Hang on. I can't handle what Nice Guy's putting out right now. I need to finish this story first. So there was a moment where Bobby, I want to say, what's his last name? Burke? Anyway, he was near us, and and me and Deanna were kind of talking. We're like, should we go say hi? Like, nobody else really is like, around, and we, he seems like he's on a break or something. So should we go say hi? And we ultimately decided, no, let's not. Let's, like, it's kind of weird when people like recognize you maybe, and we don't want to be those people. And then, I kid you not, in that exact moment, a woman walks over to me. No, it wasn't Anthony. It was Bobby. Okay, maybe it was Anthony. Sorry, I just doxed you, Dimazra. You doxed yourself. It's your own fault. Anyway, in that moment, though, a woman walks over to me, and she's like, "Hey, were you in this show?" And it was like the most like surreal thing, because I was just talking about how it's weird to get recognized, and then a woman came over and recognized me, and he doesn't even know their names. I do know their names. I think there was both of them, because I swear Bobby was there one of those days. Anyway, it was crazy. Okay, gotcha. All right, hang on. I got to back up real quick, because we got to talk about this three-way that Nice Guy had with Bob Hope and Betty White. Please tell me more. I thought Dane Cook was a dated reference, but I guess you got me beat there. Also, what else did I think you said? You talked to Bill Gates on the phone? Was it really Bill Gates? Was it a prank phone call? And, like, I don't mean to, like, be rude, but why you? I don't mean to be rude, but I'm going to say it as rude as I can. Yeah. Queer Eye is so good. It's fantastic. I hope they make a new season soon, but I know quarantine probably slowed them down. Tim Noah touched my hand when I was a jid. Oh my god, you gotta tell me about the time you were a jid. That sounds cool. We were all in our 20s. I assume you're talking about Bob Hope and Betty White. That's good. You're the only one without a famous person story? No. Lots of people don't have famous stories. Emma, I'm sorry, I shouldn't. Ecat Carter, you have surely met famous people, or maybe soon to be famous people. Think about it that way. That's pretty good. Like that. So it was a work thing for Bill Gates, huh? Or was the work thing the Bob Hope and Betty White three-way? Was that the work thing? Or was it the Bill Gates thing? I'm going to assume it was the Bill Gates thing, but you never know these days. These kids and their works. My wet palette is not very wet anymore. I'm going to pour some water in. Not keeping my paints wet like I like it to. Yeah, you hear that? Ecat Carter, you're gonna be your own famous person, and then everyone's gonna want to know you instead. Nice. You got her. You got her there, maybe. Both were work things. That's funny. I said I didn't want to be famous. Well, too late. Yeah, fame does not sound as exciting as it did when I was 21, you know, when I was like in college and like, hey, I'm gonna be famous. No. What you want is that sweet spot of fame where like people like, you know, you want people to like react like this. Was that Justin Barron? I think I know that guy. Yeah, I've heard that name. That's fame, baby. That's fame. That's the goal. Sweet Caroline. Okay. Yeah, right. Famous level money. So you want all the good stuff and not the bad stuff. I see what you're saying. What's so wrong with that? Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Cool. Alright, well, we're definitely not going to finish Wasp tonight. The question is, at what point do we call it? Because your boy's getting a little sleepy in the eyes over here. I think, let's see. Where are we at? We'll do the face stuff next time. I'll do the detailing red next time. Let's see. Stretch, hydrate. I will. So I think what I'll do is I'll make the wings. I'm going to make the wings and the goggles the same color of kind of a white blue. I think that'll look slick. Slick! I can't do too much stretching, otherwise I'm just going to fall asleep. Good stuff. Good breath. Good breath. Just do yoga. I'm going to do full-on yoga right in front of you. I'm gonna finish touching up the yellow, and then I think we're gonna call it a night, my friends. Unless you guys can convince me otherwise. Like, if you want to keep going, we'll keep going. Because I'll do anything for attention. Even yoga. Just kidding, I love yoga, actually. Yoga's hella helpful. Ran into Steve-O in Vegas. Okay, love that. Wayne Brady, I love Wayne Brady. Wayne Brady's like idol for me. Like, you know, whose line is it anyway? Colin Mockery, Ryan Stiles, Wayne Brady. The cream of the crop of comedians. I kid you not. They are top shelf on my idols list. So I would love to meet Wayne Brady. You went on stage with Wayne Brady. What did you do? Were you sung to? Was this on a Whose Line Is It Anyway? Candy? Seriously? That's so funny. Goat yoga. Wayne Brady. What famous person did you meet, Ika Carter? Yeah, he's fantastic at improvising. He's a amazing actor too. I mean, he was in like Broadway shows. I think he did Kinky Boots for a while. Of course, his singing talent, and yeah, he's just like a jack of all trades. I did a show in Vegas. He pulled me up on stage, made fun of me. He got called up on stage as a volunteer. Yeah. The guy from Tool Time. Yeah, Tim Allen, as in like Home Improvement, as in the voice of Buzz Lightyear. That's who you met? Tell me more. I'm enticed. I'm gonna do a little highlighting. The other guy. The other guy. Everyone just calls him the other guy. You're talking about... Oh, I know who you're talking about. Richard something, right? Karn. Yeah, Richard Karn. Yeah, that's right. Cause he was in KC for a little while, right? He did like a show at the New Theater. Nice. See, there you go. Did you like meet him or hang out with him or? Served him at Eddie Bauer. See, 6 degrees of separation. Richard Karn is your connection to each other. You're only 1 degree away from each other. Is that how that works? Feels right. I don't know. We'll go with it. Wow, 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 wow. Gotta pick with him. Nice. Richard Karn, ladies and gentlemen. Bringing people of the world together. That's how you do it. You're basically related. So true. Ah, damn it. I should do this last yellow before I call it. Okay. I'm gonna do this last little yellow on the horns here. Or whatever these are. Eyebrow thing. And then we're gonna be done for the night, folks. I know I'm not talking right now. It's kind of weird. Is it weird or is it nice? Just listening to the music. Listening to the music and not hearing my annoying little voice. Ah, yes. Welcome to Goat Yoga. I am your goat herder, Justin. And I'm here to calm your goaty nerves through the art of yoga. Wait, what's happening in chat right now? Let me see here. The family. Oh, you. I see. I see here. A little bit of a starstruck moment, huh? Love it. Love it. Finding out who people are is how we get through life. Okay, guys. That's it for the night. Check out how far we made it. We will finish Wasp next week. And yeah. How exciting. How exciting for everyone involved. It is one sexy wasp. You are correct. Very correct. Yeah, I'm happy with these chibis. I will keep saying it until I die. They are just fantastic, and I love them. I love them very much. Who we feel like raiding tonight, you guys? Who we feel like raiding? Looking for some good art stuff, maybe. So keep the my hands are looking great. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Ecat Carter, what's your suggestion? Q Just Go? Yeah. I love it. I don't know if Lego Lady is on tonight. I may be wrong. Let's see. Merfeather. Playing Dream Daddy. Oh, we gotta go watch this person play Dream Daddy. If you don't know what Dream Daddy is, y'all, ooh baby, you're in for a treat. Oh, last week was a one-off for Lego Lady. Dang, that sucks. I mean, it's cool that we found her anyway. Well, let's do Dream Daddy. Let's go to Q Just Go. If you just go check it out, give it a follow, maybe enjoy it. It's gonna be fun. Just show them some love. But thank you so much for watching. As always, we will finish Wasp next week. I will have someone on this show. I don't know who's left to interview, to be honest with you. We'll just have some people on, and we'll just chat, and we'll just have some fun. So join me again next week. And until then, pronouns they, them. Thank you so much, Eket Carter. Good looking out. Good looking out. Show them some love. But until then, I'll see y'all. Hopefully see you Friday for Blood of My Blood and Sunday for Pitfalls and Ponies. Both shows get into some good juicy bits here. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Have a good night.